Tuesday?
Yeah, I believe
It's
it's
Tuesday, everybody.
June 21st.
It's not fitting into the frame, but it's backwards. Forget it. The video's backwards.
Hey.
This is not my face. This is my backwards face. Hi, everyone. Nick Adams is here.
Nick Adams,
two-time
Broadway.com Audience Choice Award winner.
Yep.
Yay.
For Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. He was also in a little show called Wicked on the road, right?
He was, and he was an early Broadway.com vlogger with one of the best titles ever, Muscles and Mascara, which is all you need to know.
Did I come up with that?
You did.
I'm pretty
it
sure
was a stroke of genius.
It's gonna go on my gravestone that I came up with that.
That's it.
I hope everyone's here. Start filing it. Oh, hi Emily. How you doing? Good to see you. So Beth, what's going on? It's kind of slow. News has slowed down a little bit.
It has.
At Broadway.com, right?
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
But there was big news today. Miss Kristen Chenoweth.
Oh yeah. Well, we knew, but she kind of told us last week.
She teased it.
I mean,
Get it? Teased it.
Right.
Yeah.
She put up a photo of herself with a big thing of hairspray and a crown. And we thought,
and if you know the show, like we know the show.
Yeah.
Right, Nick? Yes.
Velma Von Tussle.
She's playing Velma Von Tussle, and that's on December 7th on NBC.
Oh, wow. You remember the date?
I even wrote it down right here.
Okay. So they still, so let's see. So Harvey Firestein's in it. Mm-hmm. What's the name of Tracy? I forgot her name. We're very excited for her.
What is it? Patty? Maddie.
Maddie. She's going to be awesome.
Yes. They still have a few more. They've got Corny Collins. Derek Huff.
Right, okay.
I suggested that. Do you remember that?
You did.
I did. I told him. I cast him. Yeah.
But there's still a lot of people
Do they have a link?
left.
They don't have a link.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for remembering Maddie's full name.
Jeffrey.
That I can't read because it's too small.
Bailo.
So anyway, can't wait to meet you, Maddie. Ryan interviewed her.
Yeah, that's right.
Ryan McPhee interviewed her.
We have a nice interview.
And her interview was awesome. So anyway, Kristen Chenoweth, can't wait.
But I have other news.
What?
It concerns Idina Menzel. Can you believe it? The other news of the day is that Frozen is doing something called Frozen Northern Lights, which is animated shorts and books, with the original cast, which includes...
I think that's news. I think we knew that. It's a book? What? Didn't they do a sequel? I'm confused.
They did a sequel. There's more.
They're just
squeezing everything out of the Frozen franchise.
It's a book? But
it's books, like short books, like kid books.
So does she sing?
Yeah, there's sing. I assume. Why would they have the original cast?
Max wrote, I hope this isn't literally true, Hamilton, Chicago tickets were a bloodbath.
No, it's not literally true, but yes, figuratively true.
Yeah. So
also, Lin-Manuel Miranda went on Periscope today at 4 because he's respectful of us.
Which Tom just referenced.
Yes, he did.
And we might as well say this, right? Jonathan Groff will be in the Hamilton. So what?
What is exactly happening? So there are two things. One is there's a documentary coming out in October that's not the full original cast taping, but they are doing an archival.
Like for
taping.
The public library or with like
they
20 cameras?
Where it's going.
I bet it's going to be like a slick.
It's not going to be at the public library.
So someday it could be.
So wait, you have to explain. So some shows are taped.
Right,
archivally.
with like 2 cameras in the back of the house, just for the archives.
For the archives.
You can go watch it.
Yes. If you're in New York City. But this is going to be some kind of big deal.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the comments.
My glasses.
Okay, Max, I'm glad you got tickets in Chicago. That's exciting. Who's going to be in that? I don't know.
Well, what Lynn said, because I was listening. Were we listening? He said it will not be anyone from the original cast, which makes sense, but it will be familiar faces. That means maybe Broadway people. You want to make some guesses?
How soon till Karen Olivo's in Hamilton?
It's inevitable. When
I first saw it come to downtown, I thought Karen Olivo. Mm-hmm. Is she more Renee's character or Pippa's character?
It's hard to.
I
feel like she's more of an Angelica.
And then when I first saw it downtown, I thought Robin De Jesus is clearly supposed to be the son.
Correct.
But I mean,
I think he's
aged out of that. But
he could.
But I just let's put all the In the Heights people in there.
Sure.
Right. And Janet DeCall can be in there and.
Janet DeCall.
Andrea Burns. Just stick them in there.
The whole.
So no, apparently Dale, the Broadway cast will not be in Hamilton in Chicago. That's what Beth just said.
That's what Lin-Manuel just said.
Okay.
I'm just.
And the Frozen Ever After ride opened at Epcot today. The original cast is part of that too. So is Idina Menzel doing voices for theme park rides now?
Or is she actually taking you on a ride? We don't know.
This is crazy.
It's really amazing.
Anyway, it's a big deal. Krista Rodriguez, she'd be good in Hamilton. I'm into that
As
stuff.
Peggy?
Okay. Yeah.
She would be good.
Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
Jesse Tyler Ferguson's taking your questions.
Ask a star.
Ask a star.
Do that.
Do
Ask
that.
a star something.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, we have a new Cats vlog.
right.
Tyler Haynes.
Yes.
Really
the
fun. You're
Rum Tum
really
Tugger
in rehearsal.
is
These are
vlogging.
some sweaty kitties. These are some sweaty dancing kitties. And he really focuses on the choreography with Andy Blankenbuehler. God, that name. Bleh, bleh.
That one.
The assistant choreographer, just all that stuff. Plus, Sarah Ford is very funny.
Yeah.
And she...
Who does she play? Demeter? Jelly Laurel?
Yeah, that one. the donut one. And...
The what one?
well, when they're... Andy,
yeah,
it doesn't
okay.
matter. Watch the vlog. You'll get my jokes if you watch the vlog. But she gets into all the props, the gigantic shoe,
Oh, yeah.
all that
The
stuff.
crazy junkyard.
The junkyard.
Yeah, junkyard. It's a junkyard. That's what it is.
Okay, on that note,
Are we
I'm
done?
going to make way. There's not that much news. I'm going to
Okay.
make way for Nick Adams.
We have big news. Nick Adams is here.
Yay, bye,
Nick
guys.
Adams, everybody, please welcome Nick Adams.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Thank you.
Hi, oh, we can see ourselves.
Good
Hi.
to see you, Nick Adams.
Good to see you too.
How
I know.
are you? How's your
We're like
summer?
hair twins. Look at, that's nice. I envy your hair. So I did that earlier.
We're twins. I'm the older, larger model, but sure, whatever. How are you? I like your shirt.
Thanks.
I already told you that.
Thank you.
So welcome.
Thanks
welcome
for
to
having me.
Fun. I've been
Thank you.
watching you on the YouTube.
You have.
Yeah, you've been. So you are doing. Somebody said nice shirt. I agree, Anna. It's a nice shirt,
Thank you.
right?
All Saints.
And Kelly said, please get my daughter tickets for Hamilton.
I'll do what I can.
Just
Pull some
throwing it out
strings
there. Go-Go Boy Interrupted.
That's right.
You are on a web series that's
I am.
actually doing really well.
It
Like,
is.
And I just watched a few episodes right before you got here.
Okay.
So I saw you.
Great.
And let's talk about this. So this is actually season 2,
This is
right?
season
This is
2.
a popular web series, and you were not in season 1.
No,
You're a new addition to the cast.
I am.
This is like when they brought those new people in for Smash season 2,
Right.
like that. But that's different.
Just like that.
And wait, and so you play who?
I play a character named Keith.
Keith,
Yes.
right.
And Danny Carter, who's the writer of the show and the main character, it's his potential love interest, which we'll find out.
So and this is it's all set in LA, right?
Yeah.
You filmed it in LA?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's his name again, the creator?
His name's Jimmy Fowley.
Right. So he was a Go-Go Boy, correct?
Yeah, he went
And-
to LA and that's
Yeah,
sort of
and then he
it's-
like got involved in like the Groundlings and he comedy
yeah,
and
you know your
yeah, I
stuff.
did my research.
Yeah.
And he created this series sort of about his own life, I'm assuming. And do you play Nick? You're not playing a character based on yourself.
No.
You're not a love interest of his. No.
No.
Not in real
Although
life.
I do love him, but
You do love him.
Yeah.
So what? How? So you and you're not a Go-Go Boy.
never
or,
have been.
Or are you?
In the show? No.
Yeah, you're not.
No.
In
I'm
real
one of the
life,
characters.
are you? You're
No,
not
I
doing
mean
that.
times are tough. Maybe I
You're
might have to
growing up
become a
Comedy's Choice
chef.
Award winner.
That's right.
Did you ever go dance on a box? I mean, other than Broadway Bears.
I'm trying to think. Only no.
Well, you have
the
to think
closest
about it. I don't have to think
the
about
closest
it.
I got
I
to
don't.
that is playing Rocky and Rocky Horror. I think like wearing
Oh
little
yeah,
shorts.
well
and
yeah,
running
you
around.
play roles that require that.
Yeah.
But you are not. So you're actually not. Because when I first
Yeah.
heard Nick Adams is in Go-Go Boy Interrupted, I thought
One would assume.
typecasting.
Exactly.
But
Like,
no,
oh, that's
actually,
perfect
although we
fit.
have seen you shirtless often,
Often, yeah.
this is not the role.
No,
So what is Keith? Who is he?
He is He's going to grad school to become a therapist, actually.
See that?
And you'll find out in next week's episode, so
Uh-huh.
next Tuesday, on their first date. So the episode that came out today is Danny getting ready for his date with
Okay.
Keith. So next week you'll
Right, he's
see
like
what-
talking to all his friends about.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, And so you'll find out what happens with us.
So the date's next week.
The big date is next week.
Okay, and we're gonna find out more about Keith.
Yeah.
So and they're cool because they're like really short little episodes, right? You just
Yeah.
like, and so how often do they come out?
There's I think this is episode 12 that,
Yeah,
that
they
just
come out
released.
pretty quickly, I think.
There's 2 more. I think there's 2 more after this episode, and then
Okay.
after that they'll release like fun bloopers and things. I mean, these people are the funniest people I've ever worked with. I mean,
Really?
most of them are from the Groundlings. They're all from like comedy
Right,
background.
Right.
And Jordan Black, who he's done many things, but was a writer on SNL. He would just while we were filming be like, "Oh, here's a topic. You guys just do your thing," and I would watch and be like, "Oh my god."
So
This is so funny.
there's improvising happening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of like little tags and little moments is just the actors doing their thing. Which
Huh.
for me, I like a set script, but that's their skill set. They know how to just do that, and
So-
they're really funny at it.
So you filmed it all in a chunk, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I went out for a couple weeks this past November
Uh-huh.
to LA and had a great
Cool.
time out there.
Tom said, Nick, you are so very talented. I agree.
Thanks, Tom.
Do you remember how good he was in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert?
Thank you.
So
That's
good.
Thanks.
Oh my god, do you miss doing that show?
Of course.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
like,
it was a blast. What a blast. Yeah.
Such a blast. Curtis said Nick is a smoke show. Does that mean you're like smoking? Or I don't know what that means.
Oh.
And Sam said, Nick always puts a smile on my face.
Thanks, Sam.
I agree,
You guys
Sam.
are all sweet. Sweethearts.
The fans are out there.
Jeez, yeah.
So do you like doing on-camera stuff?
I love it.
Yeah.
Bring
it's
it,
cool.
world. Let's put it out in the universe. I'd like to do more of it.
You know
for
what's
sure.
cool about these web series is they're so like well shot and
Yeah.
beautifully edited and like it's like great like stuff for your reel, right? And
Absolutely.
It is like legitimate. Like a lot of these things turn into real TV shows and.
Well, I just spoke to Jimmy yesterday, and they've been approached by multiple production companies for this. So there's a lot of things in the works for this series, which is
Wow.
really exciting. Yeah.
That's
So-
nice.
And he wanted me to say thank you to everybody for watching it. And
Thank you, everybody.
the second season happened because of a Kickstarter. They raised $65,000 in a couple weeks, and that's really what made it happen. So.
Isn't that awesome? And how did you get involved?
Well.
Did you know him?
No, I was in LA doing Wicked.
Oh right.
When we
okay.
closed the first national.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And my boyfriend went to boarding school with Jimmy.
Oh,
They went to Walnut
boarding
Hill.
school.
Walnut Hill, Performing Arts Boarding School in
Okay.
Massachusetts. And so he came to hang out with us one night, and I had seen some of the episodes of that series, and I was like, oh my god, that you write that? That's yours? Crazy. And then last summer he said, hey, I've got a role that you'd be great for. Would you be able to make it work with your schedule? And I was like, yeah,
Done.
let's do it.
I'm on a plane to LA.
The rest was history.
So David wants to know where do we find the web series? Well, it's on YouTube, right?
GoGoBoyInterrupted.com. You can find
Okay.
it. You can find it on YouTube, just searching Go
Yeah.
Go Boy Interrupted. Also Twitter, Facebook,
Just look for it.
Instagram. They've got
Yeah.
all those accounts.
Follow you everywhere.
Yeah,
all
I
that-
post about it all the time. So
all that stuff.
Yeah,
I know that's how I
awesome.
knew about it because you were posting about it.
Yes.
And what is your Broadway Dream role? Anna wants to know.
I always said I wanted to originate one.
Okay.
And so now that I got to do that, I want
Right.
to do it again.
That again.
More of that. That'd be great. I mean,
So-
that's the most fun. That's the ideal because there's nothing to compare it to. You just
So
get
how
to
many
do it.
Broadway shows have you done?
I've done 6 and
Okay.
2 national tours.
Okay. What's your other national tour?
Chicago. It was my first
Oh, right.
job out of school.
Okay.
Back when it was still like a big production
Yeah.
contract, full fledged, all of it.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
what-
what led to me doing it here on Broadway.
And what was your first Broadway show?
Chicago.
Okay. So you did it in Chicago for okay, right.
I was a swing on the road, and then
Right.
I joined the Broadway company very briefly before I did Pirate Queen as the Mary Sunshine standby.
Pirate Queen.
So I sat in the wings waiting.
I just-
Maybe sing soprano, maybe not.
I just saw SJB of Pirate Queen fame on Orange Is the New
Me
Black.
too.
Did you see that?
We were watching. I said, "Oh my, there she
Playing like a
is."
prison.
I mean, amazing. I was
So
like, "All
much.
right,
I
girl."
loved it. I
It's
loved it.
brilliant. So good. Yeah.
And it's so awesome because you really, you started in the ensemble, right? And you've graduated to, people
Yeah.
are like, hey, look, he can do everything. This guy can do everything.
Thanks.
But that must also be tough. Because,
It is tough. Well, yeah, because I used to. A part of what I loved about being a gypsy was I just constantly, there was so much work available.
Yeah.
I go from show to show, and I
Right.
loved doing that. And then I had to make the choice, like, do you want to take the next step?
Right.
And I did. So now it's a little less opportunity, but the gratification that comes with that is
Right.
on a whole other level. So
Right. So how was Wicked?
Wicked was amazing.
How long did you do it?
Year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
And I got to close the first national that opened. It was like a 10 or 11 year run
Wow.
in Los Angeles at the Pantages, and it was amazing. And the funny thing about that show is I auditioned for it as a dancer at an open call when I was in college because it was just happening then. It's just like dating me
Yeah.
a little bit, but that's how it is.
Right.
And I remember flying from. I just told this story in San Francisco at my one-man show I just did. I flew on a Christmas break from.
And Feinstein's at the Nico, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I flew on a Christmas break to New York. It was like one of my
Ariel
first
was there
auditions.
closing night.
Oh.
Said you were amazing. I'm
Thank
sorry,
you.
go ahead.
Thanks for coming. No, but I flew to New York. I went to this open call, and I didn't have my updated union card, so they weren't
Okay.
gonna let me audition. So I ran to Equity. They gave me my new card. I ran back. I had just made it in time with the last group I went in, and they auditioned all of us. And then they came out at the end, and the monitor was not very friendly to me at all. He was not gonna let me audition. And so they came into the holding room. They're like, "Thanks everybody, you did a great job. We need Nick Adams to stay the rest of you. Thanks." I was like, "Yes." Such a good story. I mean, I didn't book it then, thank God, because I got to do the role later. 10
It's
years
still a
later,
good
but
story.
It's a great story.
Nick, he's not going to choose his favorite alpha, but he performed with Alec.
I love them all. They're all so different. Everyone brings something different to it, and it was so much fun. I loved them all.
Did anything funny ever happen during a Wicked performance? Like things going wrong? People love to hear about actors
Yeah,
screwing
my
up.
first weekend in Pittsburgh, it was like my third or fourth performance. You know, Fiar swings in on that road.
Yes.
So you stand on a ladder, like a little baby ladder, on
Uh-huh.
top of it, holding it, and there's a couple crew guys that are setting you up. You've got the rifle, big gun in your hand. And I thought it was like almost, I was resituating myself, and I thought it was almost time for me to go. And I sort of started to lose my balance, but tried to like stop myself. So I slowly, like way too early in the scene, slowly I just sort of came on like, and they all were like, humiliating. And the girls just literally turned up stage, I could see their shoulders just bouncing with laughter. But that never happened again. It was one humiliating time. And one time I did come in and land, and my pants split from front to back all the way. And all the guards
Well,
and
the Fiero
were
pants
like,
are famous.
well,
Famously tight Fiero pants.
yeah, tight pants to fill.
You fill them fine. I've
Thank
seen
you.
you in many shows. I know you can
Thanks.
fill a pair of
Yeah.
pants. Did you enjoy? Oh, that's a random question. Well, you were in Course Line too.
I was. I
Remember
replaced
that?
Tyler Haynes.
Remember that? I know we were just talking about Tyler Haynes.
Yeah.
That was fun, right? That's
Oh my
like
God, that's a dream show of mine.
yeah.
That was sort of my introduction to musical theater as a kid, is seeing the national tour of Course Line, and the movie, of course.
Yeah.
I did love that movie.
Well, somebody just said, did you enjoy the movie versions of Course Line in Chicago?
Yeah.
I actually am a fan of the movie of Course Line. I know that you're not supposed to
that
say
choreography is so fun. Oh my God.
I can really. I think when I was a kid, that movie came out right when I was getting into Broadway, and I watched it like over and over. So
Me too.
yeah, okay. So I actually like that movie. I'm sorry. I know they ruined What I Did for Love. I get it, but I still liked it too. I'm sorry. So anything else you want people to know? Worst audition experience?
All of them? No. I hate auditioning. No. Yesterday morning. No. No. Oh, this is a good audition story. So I was on tour with Chicago,
Right.
flying back for callbacks for the Pirate Queen, and they were at City Center. And I came right from the airport. I had just like one of those rolly suitcases,
Mhm.
and it had my dance clothes in it, all my sheet music, and I had just graduated college, so I had a binder of music that I
Right.
took to every audition that was
Ready
like
for
this thick.
everything?
And for some reason, I put my toiletries like all in there together.
Uh-oh.
So I get
That's
to
not
City
good.
Center
Just
to like
separate
change
it.
into my dance clothes, and a giant bottle of Pantene Pro V had just exploded all over everything, including like it was in the plastic sheets of my music. I was like using socks to sort of like squeeze it out. Anyway,
I think
got
that's
the
one of
job.
the first lessons of adulthood, to learn how to pack and to
Right.
put all those liquid things
Yeah,
separate.
just everything.
I had some bad experiences, not involving auditions. Luckily, my sheet music never got ruined by my shampoo because I don't have any. So yeah, you did this show, right? It was your 30th birthday or something?
Yes.
Is that right? Am I
Well,
quoting that right?
30-ish.
30-ish?
30-ish.
And you did it at Feinstein's in San Francisco.
Mhm.
And
It's really nice.
do you want to do it here? Are you gonna?
Yeah, I don't want to say where I'm doing it yet because it's too.
So you are gonna do it
soon,
soon.
but I'm gonna do it here in New York, and also been asked to do it in San Diego, LA, and London. So
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks. It's
And
been
is it
fun.
like your story?
Yeah, well,
is
I've
it-
done a show. I did my own show at Birdland back in like 2009, maybe.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I used some of those stories, some of those songs, and the charts we put together then. But it's a lot. I mean, I've lived a lot of life since then, and had a lot more experiences. So it's sort of just like a celebration of life, and
Right.
I tell some great stories and fun things like that. For example,
Right.
Good Story, the shampoo
Awesome.
story. Yeah, but I've had an amazing time in the 11 years I've been in New York, and I share some of those. Moments.
And it's been really fun watching your career. Actually,
Thank
it's so
you.
great. It's you're super talented, and I'm so excited for
Thanks,
everything
Paul.
that you do. David thought that you were doing a plug for Pantene Pro V. Do you have a deal with them? Do you have to
I would
mention-
like one. We both could.
Your hair looks perfect.
I mean, literally, we have very. I sort of model it after your. I
Oh,
follow
really?
you on
Am I
Instagram, and
your
always
hair
like,
inspiration?
Yeah, you always have such good hair.
I don't know. Yours has a little more better flow going on. Mine's a little square. Oh, whatever.
It's a little
Anyway,
crispy.
thank you, Bradley. Bradley said, "What's that line? You're both pretty." Anyway, you both have amazing hair. Thank you so much for that. Well, we have to go because we've been on for like 20 minutes already, but I can talk to you forever. Thank you for
Same.
coming in.
Thanks for having me. I love you guys at Broadway.com.
Thank you.
It's always
We
a
always
pleasure.
enjoy
You guys-
seeing you. So Go-Go Boy Interrupted.
Yes.
You can find it online. There's a few more episodes left.
Mhm.
The one next week is super important. When's it?
It's
You
crucial for my plot line,
Crucial.
so don't miss it. Yeah.
said- Okay, this will definitely end up on your reel, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big one.
Yeah.
So everyone, check that out and look for news. Follow him on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, and find out about his show. I can't wait to see it, and I'll see you there because I'm going to be in the audience.
Great.
Thank you for being here.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you tomorrow live at 5.
Bye,
Bye,
y'all.
guys.